leave the people hanging. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been a hot second. I'm in a new spot.
You are.
My little flappers here are kind of feisty today.
Nothing worse than feisty flappers on a Tuesday morning. Come on.
You ever wear shoulder pads?
When I played hockey and football, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say like in maybe like a business suit if you ever had any.
You know, the closest I came to, you see the mirrored ball trophy up there. I was in the very first Dancing for the Special Stars, and I wore a zoot suit.
Ooh,
so it had like, the big shoulders.
Things.
Yeah, the things, yeah.
I danced in that, but no
shoulder pads.
No pads.
Nope.
So, okay. Well, it's been a hot second. It's been a summer. It's been a month of July. I don't know even what happened to July, but I've been tuning into everyone else's business, and I almost didn't make it this morning because I was finishing sand volleyball. The U.S. won against Morocco.
Oh, the Olympics.
Yeah. So
okay. Now I got a question about the Olympics, sand volleyball.
Oh, well, I'm an expert
beach
now.
volleyball.
I'm an expert now.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Like I was watching it the other day, and the girls were wearing like the shorts that go to the knees. Like spandex short, like a bike short, we used to call them.
Oh, they're not wearing the bikinis anymore.
But then, of course, the next match, my wife walks in, and I wasn't even looking at it. I happen to flip it on, and of course, then they're wearing these little teeny tiny little, and of course, my wife's like, I can't believe they make them wear that.
On the beach?
What's the deal? Yeah, what's the deal?
It's probably like drag, like bikers have this, I don't know. So,
okay.
Plus, it was like 90 degrees.
Well, I get it, but if you were on a beach volleyball team, is that how you would dress? I don't know. I don't think I'd wear a G-string or a banana hammock if I was out there.
If I had a bod like that and I was at the Olympics, I'd wear whatever I want.
Okay.
I mean, let's be honest.
Okay.
I'd be like, this is my stage, and I'm going to wear whatever I want.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think it has to do probably with the, like they're fit and
and I don't know if it's the country that says this is what we wear this year, or here's your choice of 3 options, or how does it? I don't know.
I think they train in that too.
Okay,
so I would say they probably whatever they train in.
Easier to get sand out of spots.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I don't.
Yeah, you don't want to chafe.
How did we get into this conversation?
We'll bring the volleyball coaches back in.
There you go.
I saw the 2 men that were playing today. One was USC and one was UCLA. And Jesse Tupac's a UCLA guy. So, we'll get him back in, get him back on the show.
Perfect.
See what they say. So,
all right.
yeah. But, I know there's been a lot of naysayers about the Olympics. I think it's been great, and really don't care what you say about the other side of it. These athletes have trained their high knees off.
Forget about the opening ceremonies. Who cares?
Yep, and whatever you think about that, but it's such a good time. So, and when you're not there, we've got stuff to do in the Grand Cities, and I have a great guest. So I will get through all of my stuff so we can talk about the fun happening in the Grand Cities on the weekends here. So, if you're just joining me for the first time, welcome. And if you're returning, sorry I've kept you waiting for a few weeks. This is Put a Fork in It, Grand Forks' most anticipated video, talk show, radio show, wherever you tune in from. My name is Courtney Barstead Logan. I'm a realtor in the Grand Cities with eXp Realty, and you can find me on social media at Grand Cities Living. You can find the show if you ever want to watch it again on YouTube at Put a Fork in It, and on your favorite podcasting places. I just followed myself the other day on my podcast stuff, so one more for me. Wasn't even following myself, so. Okay, so this is my new camera, right? That's where I should be looking?
You're looking right there, yep.
Okay,
yep.
I mean, I've moved around in the living room. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm in a new chair, so.
Yeah, you look great.
It's a place to be, so. Well, I'm so excited. I have been meaning to get in touch with my guest for a while because I'm a huge fan, and I think people hear me talk about it all the time, but this morning I have Don Rognerud here, president of the Town Square Farmers Market. Oh, my son's at the window. Hi, buddy. Look, I'm a fan. He's never been outside. It's kind of like the Today Show. Yeah.
Like the Today Show. Should be holding a sign up.
Yeah. Now I know how Hoda feels.
Yeah.
So, sorry to take away your intro for that. That was, wow, I've never had a guest.
That was well worth it.
That was well worth it. Well, welcome, Don. So excited to have you here. I absolutely love the farmers market. You've had a long history with farmers market, even being a vendor and doing all the things. And I had the pleasure of moving your family from farming into town, and now you get to take on just all the fun of farmers market.
Yeah, thanks for having me. it's been a crazy few years,
Yeah.
just transitioning from the farm. Of course, I was still doing the farmers market when we were out there, but not gonna lie, miss the farm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just focus a little bit more on the farmers market then.
Which, I mean, I have to be honest, it is absolutely crazy how the farmers market has exploded in the last probably 2 years. Just seeing you're
Yeah.
flowing into the streets and the stage and how that's going. So maybe share a little history. You are an independent organization in the Grand Cities.
Yes.
And how are you all run and where did this come from?
So the farmers market, Town Square Farmers Market, was started back in 2001. I think Kim Woods started the farmers market. Went through a few transitions after that, and then Carol Lester took it on. And in late 2018, she asked if we wanted to be on the board. We are board run. We're a nonprofit, and soon after that, she stepped down. So I took over, and we've been working and building our board ever since. And yeah, it's great to see the growth we've had over the last 5 years, and the amount of support has just exploded in town. And we're grateful every day for that.
And when you started taking over with the board, you were also running your own stand. So
Yes.
it was like we would see you back and forth. Your husband Charlie and your boys would be at the stand, and it was you'd sell out.
Yeah. We started selling, Courtney, I can't even remember when.
Yeah.
My husband and I were just talking about this last night, and we're not entirely sure when we started, but we were selling for quite a while, our own produce. And then when Carol stepped down, just gave us the opportunity to, volunteer and really help keep the market successful and grow it. Because we were really, not only, obviously we had our own farm to think about, but, we've gotten to know a lot of these other vendors, and now we just consider a lot of them like family. And so that dynamic of family at the farmers market just makes you want to support them.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's so telling of the passion that you and your family has for it, because like not only were you were doing your own stand, you were harvesting your own produce, bringing it in, but you're also parents to 3 busy boys, and summer is not an easy time to be your busy season, right? So
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah, our boys are busy, incredibly active in hockey, and they were doing football at the time, some lacrosse and a few other things. So, and hockey, as everybody knows around here, is not just a winter sport.
Right.
You're doing it all summer long.
Never ends. Never ends. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just this morning we were dropping kids off from workouts to on ice and stuff like that. So yeah. But it's well worth it. We love the farmers market. Everybody who has joined our board since really is passionate about the farmers market, and local foods in general. We feel that's important. Region 4, which is Nelson, Walsh, Pembina, and Grand Forks County, really kind of is a little bit behind where the rest of the counties are in North Dakota in local foods. And so just this push for local goods, the community really is looking for those things, and we like to fill those gaps with those awesome people who are creating and growing awesome local food.
Yeah. And I love, it takes a while, obviously, in North Dakota, right? So the first ones, I always tell people, I'm like, you get to go get the ice cream and the breads and the, and the items, because things are still growing and coming here.
Yes.
But it's an awesome experience to be able to see what is made here, especially in the Grand Cities, companies that maybe you've never heard about, or small businesses like Fifi Sugar Rush, what a cool, what a cool concept,
Yep.
what a great story. And to see these stands where they sell out of their pastries, or they sell out of, their products because people are there. They're there bright and early and doing that. So we were talking before we went on the show. So people often think this is a city-run thing, and you're paid by the city to be here, and this is really all heart-led. You're a nonprofit, and so where does that funding come from? Where does that work for your organization?
Yeah, so 80% of our funding is actually vendor fees. Those are the biggest portions of where our funding comes from. We do a little fundraising. We do some grants, and CVB has supported us, Myra Foundation, through our Forks Mobile Farmers Market, and we do get some sponsorships and stuff too. But we really are majority funded by our vendors.
By the vendors that are there.
Yep.
How many vendors can you have on any given Saturday, and what does it cost?
So our vendors are, our vendor fee passes are $30 a day,
Okay.
or we have several passes.
Because some people have more tables, obviously, and bigger spots.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have 4 pass types, which is that daily pass at $30, and the 3-day pass is $75, which is any 3 days in the summer, Saturdays in the summer. And then we just have our seasonal pass, which is $300, that gets you the entire summer. And then we charge that $400 for the summer for those built-in canopy spaces, which are
sure.
which are really hard to come by.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I bet. Okay.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is so affordable.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't really put a limit on our vendors. We've just kind of been inching further and further out in the street. I hate to get too far because then it feels so disconnected. And I know we're rapidly outgrowing this space, but anybody who wants to sell, I hate saying no.
Yes.
Because there's so many unique, cool things.
And so many people take pride in it because they
do.
did it.
Yeah.
They
They do,
grew
yes.
it, they built it, they made it, whatever.
Yeah, these people work really hard, and honestly are working well in advance, months, if not a year in advance, to make sure that they have stuff for the farmers market, depending on what they
Sure,
what they
sure.
make. But
Yeah.
they spend a lot of time, and a lot of them come from quite a ways away. We have vendors from up in Cavalier area, as well as far as out as Carlstead and a few other places, and then we do get people coming from Fargo.
Wow.
So yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah. They can come up and sell.
Yeah.
I love the addition of, the food trucks, having that option as well. So if someone, sometimes, like for me, I love walking by all of the produce, but sometimes I don't know what to do with it. So I'm
Right.
just going to be completely honest. And so sometimes it's nice to be able to grab. I like going to Melissa's Mobile Cocina, for example, and she sells the barbacoa by the pound. And being able to do different options, so you could supplement your meal, going in and get the vegetables, get the meats. You have a little bit of everything. One of the things that I love is the stage that you are all implementing right now, and featuring different nonprofits and groups in our community.
Yeah, you know what? It's always been something that we've done at the market, but we just feel that as a nonprofit ourselves, sometimes it's really hard to get in front of people and engage with the community, and just to be able to give that spot, because that's a free spot for them each Saturday, and allow those people, that large audience, to talk about their mission, to talk about what they're doing, all the great things that they're doing in our community. We just feel that is so important, to share with the community, because there are so many great organizations in our community, from Northern Valley Youth Orchestra to Red River Habitat for Humanity, doing just great things in our community, and we just felt it's so important to highlight those things.
Well, and I think highlighting it, but it's creating this, we were there for the World Refugee Day, which was
one of my favorite days.
Yes, it was just such a powerful day. My son and I sat there, he had his, little shaved ice, and we heard like songs and stories, and But the community feel like gave me goosebumps. I was like, this is awesome because it's not the busiest time, early on in the season,
Yeah.
but oh my gosh, just the outpouring of, of families and people just enjoying the day.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, our community has grown so much, and to highlight all of the wonderful talent and different cultures in our community is a great thing. And of course, we're grateful to Global Friends for putting that on and working within the market for that. But we've just really tried to build a community space, a space where you can come and obviously, yes, you can shop local, but also a gathering space, a fun place on Saturdays to meet up with friends or to run into somebody that you haven't seen in a while, and that happens so often. And it's just our goal to be a vibrant community space and marketplace.
Yeah, you're all doing a great job, and it's nice. Even if you just sit and let your kids run up and down,
Right.
the dike, that's totally fine too. That's sometimes we leave with a pack of freeze dry Skittles, a coffee, and just letting the kids run around is well worth it. So. Now, for people that aren't familiar, what are your dates that you run, and then what are the hours for the market?
So we have set dates. It's always the third week in June after Art Fest. And then we run all the way through the last Saturday in September. So it will always be those dates. Obviously, the date changes with the year, but it's always, you can count it's third week in June to the last Saturday in September. And of course, we run 9 to 1.
Yep.
But like you said earlier, we we tend to get people 8 o'clock, 7:30 sometimes, and yes, while we're setting up, and we're totally fine. Some of our vendors are already can sell, and sometimes people just like to come and watch us set up too. So because it is a sight to see, they get good at really vendors get in there and they get their stuff set up, and they get really good at setting up.
I bet.
Very fast.
Well, it's not like they can park right there, back it in. So you got to get like really efficient with your wagons and move things in. So
Right.
So now if we need to block off the entire, is that 3rd Street?
Yes,
Yeah.
3rd Street.
Yeah. Maybe we just start flowing into 3rd Street all the way down to the train tracks. We just have so many things.
Right. I know. It would be great. It would, to go a little bit further, we like to be conscious of making sure it doesn't feel disconnected.
Yeah.
And hopefully eventually maybe we'll have our own space someday. I know that's a thing that's been mentioned. We're really outgrowing Town Square.
Yeah.
And as fun as it is to be there and be in that great space, it can be challenging.
Yeah. What about the mall? I mean, we got lots of space over there. Right. Don't get us started on the mall.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I know.
Right.
So many
It
people
could be
have comments about it.
year-round, Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we are trying to actively work on a project. Right now, we just call it our Food Hall project, and it's a more permanent space where you're kind of got an indoor-outdoor market option, but you've also got access to like little kitchen spaces, kind of to help those people who are looking to start a food business and they can't necessarily find the space to work in, or it's a lot to get into a brick and mortar right away. That's a big step when you're going when you're just starting a business. So
That's awesome.
we're working on that, and hopefully in the next few years anyways it'll be a reality.
And that was going to be my next question. What's on the horizon for the farmers market? What are things, and maybe you can break news here or whatever, but what are things that, other than space wise, what are things that you would envision for the future?
Well, right now we're really just trying to, because we're a volunteer organization, we're really trying to work towards a paid position so that we can have somebody devoted to local foods and local small businesses. Our big thing is the Food Hall. That is one of the biggest projects on the horizon, and really just providing a more permanent space for our vendors, for people to sell more long-term and support local foods. We're still currently we're still currently trying to work on activating the market more. So a lot more kids activities, a lot more, educational pieces like cooking demonstrations. And I know we will have August 17th, we'll have a pedal class
Oh,
offered
I
in
saw
the morning.
that. So cool. Yes.
So yeah, we're trying to offer a lot more
Yeah.
community activities focused around food and health, and just give people the opportunity to explore the market, especially for those first-time people who've maybe never been down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a question come in. How does one nonprofit become featured? This is from Jen Eckberg with the Santa Claus Girls. Yeah.
Yeah, great cause. So
Yeah.
thank you, Jen, for the question. We actually have on our website a form called a featured nonprofit, a request form. You fill that out and submit it, and give us your date preferences, and then we will put you on the schedule. I know a lot of our dates for this year are spoken for. We've actually started taking to doubling up.
Oh, okay.
We
Yeah.
double up now for our featured nonprofit. So there might be still some space in September if you're looking. But yeah, fill that out right away. That form is available. Usually we turn that over towards the end of the year. We'll turn it over for the next year, get those next year dates in there. But
Do you know? So I'm envisioning for the Santa Claus Girls, Christmas in July,
Mm-hmm.
and then we get those fake snowballs and we throw them throughout. Jen, we're going to throw fake snowballs. So.
That would be awesome. It was actually on our agenda for this year to consider that.
Yeah.
We just ran out of time and planning to do that. So it's funny, Jen texted in because we were actually going to reach out for next year and see if Christmas in July would be a thing, and maybe we could get some people to early donate to them.
That'd be so
Yeah.
cool. And then, some of the vendors might have their holiday things, and I'll find all of those fake snowballs, Jen, that we have. So, yes, if you catch the snowball, you have to donate. Yeah. Or if you get hit in the head, you have to donate. Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. So, just sign us up. Clearly, I'm giving her work to do. So just, let me know what the date is and I'll be there. So with all our Christmas attire. So that's awesome. Another question that came in for this time of year. Now we're seeing more of the produce coming in.
Yes.
Do you see that is probably your fastest item to go, more of the produce when people come in? And
yes, we definitely have. So when you're at the market, mornings are definitely for produce. I mean, they sell all day long, but the busiest they're going to be is in the morning because people want to get there and make sure that they get their produce that they want. And then kind of throughout the day, the rest of our vendors pick up and get more, start to sell more. It's always a thing. When is produce going to be in? When is, and pretty regularly we can count on some of our larger produce vendors to have something, the second or third week. Obviously this year was a little bit different with the rain. I know that they struggled a little bit, but we should be seeing a ton more produce. In fact, I think David Allard mentioned last weekend that he should have corn either this weekend or next. So
okay.
And I was I was impressed because David, I was like, David, I was thinking, I just told somebody, I thought, well, maybe early mid-August.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
Okay.
So
right away. That's awesome. Yeah, I know those are the lines, and you can look, you'll do a great job on social media of who's going to be there. So you can look ahead of time, kind of map out your day, what that looks like. For anybody that says like, oh, I have to park downtown, I always park in the parking ramp and I never have any problems. There's an elevator there if you want, and then you can just walk across the street, come in behind Ellie's Ivy there. Easy to walk in. So if anyone says, oh, there's nowhere to park and it just gets too congested, the parking ramp is great. It's free there. And there's a lot of free and open spaces because it is a Saturday downtown. So great things to do. And then also the local businesses are open during that time.
Yes. In fact, I think I heard a few weeks ago that Ellie's Ivy started to open and do more of a brunch thing.
Oh, cool.
So I mean, pop by there and grab something. Obviously our our food trucks, like Melissa does an awesome breakfast taco and stuff too. But, you know, if you can go down there and support some of the small businesses while you're down there. Yeah.
So great. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. And if you just want to make breakfast, shaved ice like we normally do, no judgment, you know,
Well,
get the blueberries.
No judgment from me,
Yeah.
me either, because I usually pop by Maggie's and get like monster cookies or
Yes.
some pumpkin bread.
Yeah, whenever I get the pumpkin bread, I'm like, what? There's pumpkin in it. It's
Right,
fine.
I know.
So good.
I know.
Yes. So yeah, the pastries. Don't think you're going down there just to get vegetables, because you will leave with all the good stuff. So
I know. It's a struggle every weekend for me not to purchase a bunch of stuff. And then, you know, on top of that, there are some perks to volunteering,
right?
because usually the vendors will hand us stuff.
Yeah, a little treat.
Yes, here or there.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I call it getting Buckland's kettle corn.
Oh yeah.
I call it getting popcorn, because they will every weekend
Drop off.
give me popcorn. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have seen you around the farmers market, and I'm guessing you're at 20,000 steps by the end of the day, because you're like a bee buzzing around there. So, you know, it's
Pretty,
yeah.
yes, pretty close, on average about 4 to 5 miles
Yeah.
every Saturday. So yeah,
That's
I get
awesome.
my steps. It was nice for my work challenge. We did a work.
Oh yeah.
We did a steps challenge for the Olympics. And it really helped my totals.
Yeah.
That's for sure. After sitting at a desk all day long.
Monday through Friday, Saturday, yeah. We're ramping it up. I love it. Another thing, you have the tokens. Can you explain the tokens for people?
Yeah, it's a great system. We actually, so some of our vendors don't take cash, and a good chunk of people, you know, don't bring cash down, and there's not an ATM readily available around. I think it's like a couple blocks away, the closest ATM. But we have a card machine. We'll run your card. There is a small fee to use those machines, but much cheaper than an ATM.
Yep.
And we just have little wood tokens that come in $5 increments, and they work just like cash. So you spend them at a vendor, and they'll give you just dollar bills.
And that's just
back
for the
and
ones that
stuff.
only
So,
take cash.
yes.
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So-
Well, and we
anyone.
actually require everyone to take them. So
Yeah.
like, even if you take cards and somebody presents you with a token,
Yep.
they have to take them, because we just
Makes it
want to
easy.
keep that standard. Yeah. Make
Yeah.
it easy.
Yep.
But then we also offer EBT SNAP tokens.
Nice.
So you can come to the market headquarters, run your EBT card, and we'll give you EBT tokens. You know, they come in $1 increments, and those are good at the food, you know, the prepackaged food place, the produce. The only places they don't work is obviously crafts and hot prepared foods.
Okay.
So it was
Like the food trucks.
yes,
Okay.
yes, it's
Yep.
a great way to, you know,
Yeah.
help our EBT SNAP users enjoy the market as well. And we actually offer a double up program. So we'll match if you spend $30.
Of EBT.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll actually match that with an additional $30.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So double it up,
Double up,
60
yep.
bucks, come down. Yeah, which goes a long way when you
Yeah.
look at, especially sometimes the zucchinis are ginormous. So, you know.
I know, right? I know.
So
Yeah,
there's-
and those farmers struggle with that so much, because, you know, if you don't pick them when they're exactly
Yeah.
perfect that day, then they're, you know, like 100 pounds the next day.
Yes. I'm always like, I don't know what to do with this, but just make some bread. So
Right.
yeah. And I have a salad shooter at home. I don't know if you remember the salad
I
shooters.
do,
Okay,
yes,
those are
yes.
great. Just shreds it right up. So
Right?
it's amazing. Well, I want to encourage everyone to go down, even if you've never been. Town Square is on 3rd and Demers.
Yep.
Wonderful time to go. I always highlight that as something that is a huge community builder. Go down, grab a coffee, just wander around. How can we best spread the word as people listening?
Just share it. You know what, I think that's been our biggest growth, just people sharing.
Yeah.
Our customers, our vendors' customers are so passionate about the market, and that's just been the best word of mouth. And if we can continue doing that, that would be great. And when you come down, stop by the market headquarters and say hi.
Yeah, the trolley.
Yes,
is
the
there.
trolley.
Yes, so trolley is the market headquarters. Share stuff. Once in a while, they'll be doing contests where they're
Yes.
trying to get money for grants and things like that. So share and encourage and help support our local farmers market.
Yeah.
So, awesome. Well, thanks for coming down. I
Well,
really
thank you for having
appreciate
me.
this. Yeah, and I hope to see people down at the farmers market this weekend
Yes.
or in the following weekend. Have a great weekend and a week. Goodness, it's only Tuesday. Have a great week and make sure with everything you do today, you put a fork in it.